Hey there, welcome to Life Noggin. Every year when the weather starts getting warmer, we all know what's coming. Longer days outside, more opportunities to be bitten by mosquitoes. But why do they bite us? What is it about our blood that they love so much? His whole life he had heard stories about the deliciousness of human blood and how every mosquito's life mission was to find and drink some. It was time for him to go out and make a name for himself. He told his parents he was going to go explore the world and find some human blood. They warned him of the dangers, but he was determined to succeed where other young mosquitoes had failed, but he wasn't sure if it was true. You see, young Mosquito had never bitten a person. In his life, he had always been too scared. As he lay there, he thought about his life and how he had finally gotten to do what every mosquito was supposed to do, drink human blood, but now he was dying from it. They were sitting around a campfire telling stories and laughing. Young Mosquito knew this was his chance. He had been following young Mosquito the entire time and had seen everything. Hemoglobin is what gives blood its red color and carries oxygen throughout the body, but for mosquitoes it's also a delicious source of nutrients. You see, when mosquitoes drink human blood, they don't always get lucky. Sometimes their bites turn into serious health issues for them. After biting a human or animal, the female mosquito will store the blood in a special sac inside her body. Well, blood happens to be the perfect food for developing mosquito eggs. It has everything they need to grow and it's easy to digest. Well, it turns out that male mosquitoes don't really need blood at all. They usually get their nutrients from plants and tree sap. However, some species of male mosquitoes have been known to bite humans and animals. This is probably because they live in areas where there isn't much plant nectar or they can't access it. This blood contains all the nutrients she needs to make her eggs grow. Once her eggs are ready, she'll find a place to lay them and start the process all over again. Well, for starters, we can wear long sleeve shirts and pants when we're outside. They are a food source for many animals and they also pollinate plants while they are drinking our blood. So maybe next time you get bitten by a mosquito, you can be grateful that it didn't transmit a disease and that it is helping out the environment. We can also use insect repellent with DEET or picaridin. These chemicals have been proven to repel mosquitoes. We can also avoid being outside during peak mosquito hours, which is usually dawn and dusk. And if we're camping, we can set up our tents over mosquito nets. They have special mouth parts that allow them to lap up the blood like a straw. Their saliva also contains anticoagulants that keep the blood from clotting, making it easier for them to drink. Watch this video to find out which insects put humans in the hospital every year. Mosquitoes can contract all sorts of diseases from humans, including malaria, chikungunya, Zika virus, and dengue fever, just to name a few. And unfortunately, young Mosquito had contracted a really bad one. He landed next to young Mosquito and asked what happened. He gave young Mosquito a special plant extract that would cure him and save his life. Young Mosquito felt so grateful to the old Mosquito, not only for saving his life, but also for teaching him the truth about human blood. Young Mosquito explained everything, from how he had set out to get revenge on humans to how he had been bitten by a tick while drinking blood. But as he got closer, he could hear them talking about something scary, a mosquito net. Apparently, humans would protect themselves from mosquitoes by sleeping under these nets. Young Mosquito didn't want to become someone's midnight snack, so he waited until morning to strike. And how are they able to find us in the first place? When they stopped for lunch, young Mosquito decided he couldn't wait any longer. He flew over to one of the humans, stuck his proboscis into her arm and drank her blood. It was sweet and delicious. He had never tasted anything like it. Well, today we are going to dive into the mind of a mosquito and uncover what their ultimate goal in life is. But a quick reminder before we get into it. Once upon a time, there was a young mosquito who lived with his parents in a damp forest. One day, young Mosquito decided he had enough of living in his parents' shadow. He looked down and saw a small red dot. It was a tick, and as he struggled to remove it, he realized he had been bitten by a spider. Young Mosquito quickly began to feel sick. The blood he had been so excited to drink had made him very ill after traveling for days. Young Mosquito finally found humans. As the humans packed up and started walking away, young Mosquito followed them, staying hidden behind some tall grass. As he flew back to his hiding spot, he felt a sharp pain in his abdomen. He collapsed on the ground and slowly began to die. Just then an old mosquito flew by. The old mosquito sighed. He knew exactly what was happening to young Mosquito. Luckily, the old mosquito had been around long enough to know how to help. You see, it's not actually the taste of blood that mosquitoes love so much, but rather a protein called hemoglobin. When a mosquito bites a human, they don't just stick their proboscis into the skin and slurp up the blood. But drinking blood isn't the only reason mosquitoes bite us. Females need blood to make their eggs. Now you might be wondering, why do they need blood to make their eggs? Why can't they just eat something else? But if blood is so great for eggs, why don't male mosquitoes need it? So what can we do to stop mosquitoes from biting us? Even though mosquitoes are annoying and can spread disease, they're also an important part of our ecosystem. Speaking of transmitting diseases, did you know that mosquitoes aren't the only insects that do that? As always, stay happy and healthy.